But read my caption. No, read my whole caption.
Dear summer.
I did that to draw attention. Read my caption.
Bitch, where'd you go? It's Brick City outside. I'm not reading all that. It's a lot
Read
of words.
it.
Can't see.
Come on.
We're still talking.
And you're talking.
Wait, so part 2 of my question was...
Oh, wait, she's about to read. You're supposed to read it out loud to the people then.
Oh, no.
What I give you a microphone for? You sound sexy. Come on.
Hello. So, hold on. First, the caption says, according to my nipples, summer is over. That's what caught my eye. I was like, oh, why? And then it says, Dear Summer, bitch, where'd you go? It's Brick City outside. On a serious note, if you know me, you know I'm all about helping and giving back. My motto, pay it forward. So every year I encourage my followers to do a good deed. Hashtag be a good person. If you happen to be outside during these really cold days and nights and see a homeless person, get them something that'll warm their body up. I usually get them hot chocolate and a sandwich. I don't like coffee.
She's so animated.
Emoji. Socks are the most needed item for the homeless. Despite this bullshit COVID, I still and will continue to do my part in giving back to the less unfortunate.
Coño carajo.
Coño. That was said.
But I didn't say that part.
Alright, that's dope. My daughter texted me today, said she, instead of doing Christmas, she wants to go get a bunch of blankets and hand them out to the homeless. Homeless.
Wait, hold on. What? Homeless midgets?
My job during the day is to make sure people don't become homeless. So that's pretty cool. I kind of give back already.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Shout out to
So, Blue had a question.
Part 2 of the question of how far were you going with it is, on a universal level, do you believe in aliens or see them or can connect with them?
I met, oh God,
So
I have a story for everything.
Aliens are real. If you don't believe in aliens, we can't be friends.
So I believe that there is something out there.
And
yes.
when you find them, let me know because I'll talk to them.
I met a woman that, so I'm on this journey also to do what's called a past life regression, because I'm dying to know who I was in my past lives. So I met this woman that I met at one of my crystal shops that did a Reiki healing, a chakra balancing for me. And she was like, oh, go to my friend. She does the past life. I was like, all right. I went. I'm not prejudiced. It was a white woman.
Caucasian.
This bitch was crazy as fuck. I'm sorry. This bitch
Karen. She was Karen.
She was cool.
Was she Karen?
I went, so mind you, she does it in her house.
We're going to call her Karen.
Karen. I would never tell you her name. So Karen invited me, I went to her house to do the past life regression. Mind you, real past life regression.
Right now, so she'll know if
she's not on none of my social media. Trust and believe
no,
that.
She's watching you in spirit.
She might be, but she, according to her, she lives in 3 linear planes lives at the same time, and her name is something else in another universe. I was like, oh, okay.
Her name is still Karen.
Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me that after we finished, because I don't know. But anyway,
thank you, Karen.
So yeah, I get to her house and I'm walking inside. Mind you, she got all these statues of angels all over, and I'm like, all right, I get it. Okay, protection. Okay, love. Da, 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 da. Turn around, man, alien shit all over. I was like, oh, okay, yep, okay, all right. Crystals, big like it was just a weird fucking setup. That shit was just weird. So then she starts telling me about all that planes and different linear planage and stuff. But she was the real deal. Like she was able to give me like a little mini reading. She was able to tell me like, oh, you're Indian. Where are you Indian? I'm seeing this. And she's like, your grandparents are here. Like all this stuff. And I was like, all right. Past life regressions are supposed to be, they're supposed to hypnotize you. So that way you take yourself back. And that's how you find out what your past lives were. So I was like, okay, that's not what happened.
Being in another person?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I was another person?
Of course. We're all other people. We've been here.
See, so I'm going to start blaming my craziness on it's not me, it's my person.
It's your karmic pattern. But yeah, so she was like, what she did was to go back to my past life, was do like a meditation type of thing. So I don't know how true that is. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. But I've been told I've been here 27 times, and like a lot of stuff. Like it's so many levels to this, but I don't think I'm gonna go that far, Blue, to answer your question. So like the aliens and shit. If I see one, hi, what's up? What's good? Go ahead back to your planet.
Who's my favorite alien, babe?
What?
Who's my favorite?
Oh, Marvin Washington.
Marvin. Oh, his name is Marvin.
I'm just waiting for him to
That's
come down.
That's like the only alien.
I'm waiting for him to come down, zap me, take me up so we can smoke.
Mm-hmm. But
so you know how they say like we walk amongst them, there's hybrids, all that stuff. So I'm like, yo, I'm interested if anybody.
So they believe in reincarnation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like hold
Absolutely.
Hold it down with them to even talk to somebody. Cause I'm not scared to meet them.
I definitely.
I just want to get to.
I
want to get to the point in life.
I've had dreams that I was burned. I was burned at the stake. I've had dreams I was buried alive, like so bad, so bad that it was like I felt like it was real. So I really feel like that those were some of my past lives, and that was another reason that I blocked all of my gifts, because I, remember that past life and having that blockage in there from those lives of being killed because I was a witch, or being killed because I was psychic. So this life, I'm still afraid because that stays with you. Your soul stays with you. Your soul pattern stays with you. I met somebody else. Her name is Krystal too. I don't know. She was supposed to be listening, so shout out to her if she's listening. I believe her business is called Astrology, but astrology, yo, that's some shit. She pulled up a chart of me from the date and time I was born, and straight up did like a reading for me about my like life pattern, and I was just like. It was quick though, because we were in a seminar, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna be reaching out to you because I really want to hear more about that. Like, that was just crazy to me. She was able to tell me all my psychic gifts. She was able to tell like all kinds of astrology is on a whole nother level. There's just so much to learn out there.
I believe in astrology. You
can't even. You have to. How do you not believe in the moon and the stars if you see them?
I believe it. I have my zodiac.
Me too.
On my arm.
And did you know that Aquarius is not a water sign?
I did not know that.
Me either. Don't ask me. I don't fucking know. I just know it's not.
Don't do that.
I just know it's not a water sign, and it pissed me off because I got this fucking water pouring out onto my Aquarius on my ankle, and it's not even a fucking water sign, but it's called the water bearer.
Espérate. Next time you
also
bring...
it's the bucket.
Espérate, time out. Hold on, time out. Next time you bring that sentence up that you just ran by me, I want you to back it up, because somebody else is going to ask you what.
And then I'll Google it. That's what Google is for.
No. I want you to have that here.
There's so much stuff up here. I can't keep everything up there.
Tell one of your people that be hanging out with you to hold on to that thought. And
they probably would. They probably would tell me. If I put myself into that space, they probably would say, "Dummy, the answer's this."
That's dope.
Fox said right, because energy never dies; it just transfers. I definitely believe in that. I'm all about energy. I feel like you feel. I'm one. That's where my intuition comes in, like my intuitiveness. I feel energy, like off the gate.
I feel energy.
That's why if I meet somebody, and I'm like, you know me, I'm very talkative, and I'm always like in joking mode and making people laugh. But if I'm quiet around certain individuals, it's because I don't feel comfortable around them. My energy just is not. We're not colliding in a good way. I just feel like a clash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have so much energy. Sometimes if I go into a crystal shop and I pick up certain crystals, I can feel their energy. I feel it. I've been where I've wanted to, like I said, I share energy, I share love, I share light to people. I have been able to, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of energy balls, but I've created energy balls, and I could
just about to ask you if you could comment on your.
I could feel.
What?
Dragon Ball Z. Get the energy ball.
That, yes. I do that all the time.
I think my husband is an avatar.
Our friend that's in the hospital sick, I sent him energy balls. I didn't tell him I sent him.
Nice.
But I sent them.
Like, yo, you want some balls?
Energy balls.
They got some energy in them, bitch.
But yeah, when you rub my hands together and just feel the energy, you feel the energy and it's just there.
Yeah.
You just feel like I can feel the energy, and you just take what you're feeling and you transfer it. I'm gonna try something too. Oh shit, what's it called? Oh man, what's it called? Damn.
Da 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 da. And I want you to translate.
Yeah.
I want you to translate all the da 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 yada yada yada. I want you to translate that for me.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
What's it called? Telekinesis. That shit.
That's mind reading, though, no?
Doing that shit next. Being
That's
able to
mind
make objects move with your mind.
Oh hell no! Why are you gonna do that?
Why the fuck? First of all, if I'm sitting here and this motherfucking porter was sitting here and I could just sit here and be like, whoop, 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 make that shit move in my mind, I will fuck with you all the time.
I will fight you. I will block you on all social media.
Why? That's cool. It's like a
No,
fucking
I know where you live at.
It's okay for magic magicians to do shit like that, but if I do it really with my mind, it's a problem.
You fucking with me.
Is it a focus thing?
Yeah.
Because like when I was a kid, in my Nintendo days.
Oh shit! You saw that?
Nintendo days.
I just moved the corner.
With your finger.
But this goes back to around the time when I told you where the thing happened with my grandmother, where the curling iron fell on her and stuff like that. This was in the 90s, in that era. And I was in the living room like 2, 3 in the morning just watching, like trying to watch Tron. You know, the late night movies that used to come on in the 90s. And I had the Nintendo cartridge. You know how they look, the black case that you just slip the cartridge into? And that shit was on top of the Nintendo, on top of the TV. And I'm staring at that shit. It's dead in the middle of the Nintendo. And I'm like, yo, is this shit moving? And I'm like, I didn't get up. I just stayed in the couch watching TV. And then literally the shit just dropped after a while.
Oh, hell no.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I mean, shit be falling in our house, babe.
Yeah, but the
shit be falling in our kitchen, you know that?
It was like centered here. And then all of a sudden it fell.
You want me to come over and see if you have a ghost?
Nah, this is like when I lived in the room there.
No.
You could check
That's
that
part
out.
of my homework. I have to find somebody with ghosts to go to that, visit that. I have somebody.
No.
I have somebody with ghosts that I can go visit.
Yeah, do that.
She's like, nah, bitch, I don't know. Just be quiet up
I don't
here.
want to know. It's bad enough I be feeling. See, I'm talking about this and I have to go home. Oh, God.
You know what I used to do when I used to think about stuff like this and be scared to like go, not scared to go home, but like scared to fall asleep? Watch fucking cartoons.
I love cartoons. I watch cartoons.
That's what I do.
He walks into the room and he be like, oh, you watch cartoons again?
It completely will change your mind. You'll forget about this whole conversation and you will be all into it. That's what I used to do. Before I went to bed, if I was ever scared, I would start watching cartoons. Or some funny shit.
Nah, son.
Go to sleep on a funny note.
Yeah, I'm bugging out.
Yeah. Don't be bugging out. It's cool.
That's a great thing.
I remember when
I learned a lot today.
You learned a lot today?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad.
Definitely.
There's so many levels to this.
You open my eyes.
I still never gave you like a whole real reading either.
When you doing that?
Whatever you want.
Let's do it right now.
I don't have the cards.
So we don't say whenever I want.
Something popped in my head. Don't be a dick while drinking juice in the hood.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick while drinking juice in the hood.
That
should be a new movie. A movie
soda.
idea.
I'm drinking soda.
I think that's my psychic way of telling you that should be a movie that you come up with.
Don't be a dick while drinking juice in the hood. Casting now, people.
That's be a dick while drinking juice in the hood.
Casting now, goddammit.
Word. That would be funny. Please. No, I would do that.
I didn't think. I don't mean to cut you off. I didn't think I was gonna get this type of feedback. You know. On my
so
live.
Many people are into this.
It's good to see that a lot of people are
circling back to somebody that said something earlier about not wanting to tell their friends and family.
Yeah, that's Juju. She's still with us right now.
Yeah,
that's the one that's gonna connect with you.
The same thing happened to me. So I have about a group of girls. I want to say is it 4 or 5 of us maybe? 5 of us and my cousin. I don't count her because she's my blood. In this group. They call it when you're a witch and you come out. I think they call it. Is it jump in the room? I don't know what they call it. I didn't tell them that I was into witchy stuff. I told them that I was a psychic medium and I am doing tarot. I'm doing all these different things because I have a couple of like Facebook groups and I go live so if anybody's interested, I go live from my page.
Please let them know your page.
My page is
Krystal. Krystal.
No, it's Devine. It's Krystal Devine the Medium on Facebook.
I know it.
Thanks. And then I also have another because they're connected. It's Krystals LLC because I sell crystals. I have a whole store.
Or if you go to her page.
Or if you go to my page,
you look in her bio and she'll have the links there. Correct?
Is it? I don't know. You know I'm not with this social media shit.
We're gonna do that later tonight.
Oh shit! I'm on the mic. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
I didn't mean
If you tell me I need help,
I didn't mean to be
I
on
didn't
the
even
mic.
know how to go live.
I didn't even know saying that.
But yeah, so on Fridays I do free reading Fridays. So I go live for an hour from 7 to 8. I do as many free mini readings as I can for people. Every Friday I do that. So if anybody wants a reading, you can get a free reading like that. I do a lot of stuff on my page. Sometimes I'll do free card pulls for the day. Sometimes if I feel I have a message that Spirit wants people to know, like a collective message, I'll pull some cards and I'll post it.
What do you mean by a collective message? So
there's something that's called a message for the collective. Like you can do like a reading for a specific person because a person may have a question or a person may have a question or want you to just know something general. So you'll do a reading for them. Or if you feel like there's a message for a mass group of people, it's called a reading for the collective. So you just do a reading and people will take what they want from it. So some things may not all be for you,
Oh,
but it may be for other
resonate,
people.
but other things
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
Okay.
So I do that. I pull cards. I pull universe cards. I have about 40 tarot oracle card decks.
I have an idea for you.
So
I can see the group reading that.
I have an idea
Like,
for you.
Uncle
You ever
Johnny
thought
came
about,
back to say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool. The rest of y'all can have the house.
oh, awesome, great.
I was gonna say, you ever think about doing classes? Is not the right word, right? No, it's not classes. But would you ever think about doing events, virtual events?
Yeah, I do virtual events all the time.
No. Oh, you do?
What do you mean?
Oh, you do virtual events?
I do virtual. I do virtual
Oh, okay.
stuff.
Because with COVID, it would have been dope if you could have did it in person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's always better.
here too.
It's always better to do stuff in person, but I'm down to do stuff virtually.
I mean, you still can do things in person.
Yeah.
We got space here. You know?
Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah.
That's why.
It's one thing about energy. Energy. You have to do an even energy exchange, especially when it comes to the universe. Like I mentioned before, if you're doing like spells for money, just know that it's gonna come back to you ×3. So you have to kind of offset the things that you do. So even when it comes to like giving people free readings, in exchange where I may not be, I mean, of course I always take a donation, but in exchange, you have to give something in exchange to get something. So I usually only, ask for people follow my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you leave me a comment on my business page, because comments will bring me business later, because people will see, oh, she's legit. Oh, she knows what the hell she's talking about. So that's how I kind of offset the energy. Money is energy. If you think of money as energy and you think of as that energy coming to you, you will have more abundance
Of it,
in life. You'll have more of it in life. Don't think of it like, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent this month. I don't know how I'm gonna get this month. Oh my God, I need a car. Stop with the negative. Always positive.
Listen, there's times when I'm flat broke. There's times when I'm flat broke and I'm just like, I know I'm gonna run into some money. The next day, I'm running into some money or
That's
whatever.
it.
But Fox said she seems like she's legit and has a lot of experience, because a lot of people talking about this and don't have real experiences. So
I appreciate that comment. Thank you very much. I am definitely legit. I do not have a lot of experience, and I would always.
You appear to have.
I always tell people, I don't want. I knock on wood, but I have not been wrong with the reading. One time, one person told me a reading did not resonate with them, and I'll tell you why. That's because I had to tell her that she's cheating on her husband, and she has to pick between the two of them, and where she needs to be is at home and not out here in these streets. So when I told her that, and mind you, this was a reading not from a card. This was a reading for me connecting to her energy, seeing the two men that she's with, pulling a card, and the card verifying what I was already seeing, and then telling her that. She's like, I don't know what that means. Okay, no problem.
You know what she did?
Mind you, every other reading was on point. Right, every other reading I did though. Oh, that was right. Oh, you saw the White House.
Oh, when she got to the extra dick, you're like, nah.
I don't know about that, Joe. My husband in this group don't know. What the fuck you talking about? I was like, I
do not resonate.
No problem. I understand, sis.
That's crazy.
But it's all a learning process, and I'm I don't charge for mediumship readings right now, because again, my mentor wants to level me up to a place where I'm able to connect on a deeper level. And I've done readings face to face. I've done them, but they've been like 15 minutes, and she feels like to give somebody a real good mediumship reading, it should last at least an hour and a half, because you're having conversation with spirit, and people have questions, and it should be like a talking conversation. So right now it's like I'll do it, but it's like 15-20 minutes. So right now she's like kind of like grooming me, and that's why I thank you both for allowing me to look at the pictures of your loved ones to give you what I'm picking up on that.
Well, I'll say it again in case anybody missed it when I said it earlier in the beginning of the show, an hour and a half ago. But she did ask me for a picture of my grandmother that just recently passed away a year ago. And I even told my husband after she did the reading too. I was like, once again, I'm not a believer in things like this or whatever, but there were a lot of things that she was saying. My voice, I sound like Barry White. I don't like my voice. They tell me I have a radio voice. I'm like, why don't you tell me I have a better voice than you? Why don't you tell my voice is deep? I sound like
Hello, baby.
hello.
Hello.
Hello, boo.
Hello.
It's Tyrone. How you doing?
Finish your fucking story. God damn, she's like a butterfly. Oh, what's that, a bunny?
You with the fucking translate the fucking You with since motherfucking.
That's my new thing.
No,
I don't know.
no,
This must be a new
nigga.
thing for me.
Ain't no
Did you notice that
that's
I'm talking with my hands too? Did you notice that? That's a new thing for me too.
I always talk with my hands.
I
People
never
always think I'm
talk
angry, and I'm
with
like,
my
yo, I
hands.
always talk. I'm just so.
Never. This is something that just came with the spirituality.
I
Because
was just about to say, you holding the spirits back. No, I got this.
when I'm doing, I got this. I got this, bitch. Because when I'm doing readings, it's like I start and it just like it's like I don't know the flow of energy.
They pull up on you like, what we gotta do?
It'd be like they do. Whenever I get
Like,
scared,
I look alone, but trust me, I
when
ain't
I get
alone.
scared, my spirit guides will be like, oh, like I feel them around me, and I'm like, I'm alright.
That's what's up though. The energy protect me.
He said we should have a show together. We did.
Ah!
And then she started getting on. What? Wait, you choking, fake choking, like sarcastic choking?
I was joking for real, and then it was sarcastic.
Bitch, I don't know CPR, so somebody call 911 because I do this. I think I feel a heartbeat.
That's CP, no.
We listen. Her and I. She used to be a part of my show 4 years ago.
I think so.
Yeah, something like
3 years ago.
that. Yeah, like 3. No, 4. We're going this year before.
Tarot days.
pre-tarot days.
Yes.
Yeah, she used to have a show. She used to be on my show, and it was super awesome. Anybody want her to come back on my show? Say aye. Security!
I just saw 5 spirits raising
I don't
their
think.
hand.
I hate him. Yo. Just saw him. They all was like.
You didn't see them shadows over there? They're like,
The coat shadow. You see that shit? You see the string moving?
there's one shadow over there doing
Oh
possible.
wait, the string is not moving.
Which one?
Cut
Oh,
it
my
out.
jacket. No.
I'm saying.
Get her. She's crazy. Yo, I cannot.
Oh shit.
I don't have the time. That's my problem. You know, I'm doing so many. Just to come here tonight was like, all right, I asked for this. I have to take my ass over there. That's what she wants me to do. But to commit to every night doing, I just
Every
can't.
night, every night, girl. I know you.
Every Tuesday is a lot.
Listen, like I told you before. What did I tell you before? What did I tell
She was mean. She never let me go on vacation. I wasn't allowed to go away. I'd have to tell her 2 weeks in advance. I was going away out the country. No, bitch, the show. You gotta be on. Couldn't be late. I can't be late.
So how you feeling today?
Only good
Today's
thing
my
was
birthday.
right. I need to go. I'm like, can I go out on a date with my husband? No. Show 6 o'clock right here. Where you at? Ah! And bring your own weed.
What? No. No, you smoke my weed. You smoke my weed. I share my weed with you.
I don't mind coming. Like I could commit to like.
Look what they're saying. They're like, yo, she should be a regular.
I
You see
could
this?
commit to like once a month.
They want the divine.
That's
medium
because
of the
our
game.
energy together is freaking amazing.
No,
First
you
of
want
all-
y'all motherfuckers want her fucking spirits in here. That's what the fuck y'all want. Y'all want to fucking scare my ass. I see what y'all going with this
They're like,
shit.
yo, look, I ain't never seen her scared.
Yeah, man.
Bring them
Fuck.
spirits back. Fuck with us.
Yeah, yo.
Nah, I don't mind. I don't mind doing it. Like it would have to be like a once a
We're
month.
gonna try to get her.
thing,
We're gonna try to get her to pop out.
Something like that.
Bring my own weed. You see, you got people thinking.
Yo.
But listen, can you tell them that I feed you though?
Oh, she will feed me. She ain't got no food today. She goes, Chris, what you want to eat tonight? Oh, I want some empanadas. I want some rice and beans. Oh, and don't forget the tequila. And she's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
and she goes,
tequila.
damn, I didn't go shopping.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
what I told you when you got here though. What I said when you
Come to my house tomorrow. I got you.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
Oh, she want to sing that.
I can see it in your eyes. Baby, are you looking in my eyes? Look in my eyes, baby. I can't really see you. I can't really see you. It's kind of blurry.
He said your spirit's in the way. Yo, I was watching this other medium. She got this shit. I might have to steal it. I might have to steal
The
it.
spirit soul blocking.
I might have to steal her idea because it's kind of dope. I might have to call her something different. It's not plagiarizing, but she goes live. Like a lot of mediums and people go live to give free readings because that's how you get more customers, more clients, right? She calls it wine and spirits.
Oh no, don't do that. That's plagiarizing.
Cool.
Don't do that.
Can I call it spirits and spirits? and just drink tequila?
How about weed and spirits?
No, I'm not gonna be high. Can't talk to nobody's damn.
Call it Henny spirit.
What if real question? What if one of the spirits was like, yo, I want to smoke a blunt with my live person, the person that's alive, and they make you light a blunt because you said that you were talking in their
you said you were
talking in their voice.
My body is my temple. You are not telling me what I have to.
You said that you were talking in their voice, right? What if the spirit goes like this, right? You start trying to call the spirit, and then you see this.
Technically, you got Indian in you, and they was chiefing when they saw this.
Yo, I've smoked I smoke a little bit, like to relax the kind of.
You should.
It doesn't.
I like when you smoke weed.
You like when I be high and can't function.
Because you're an even happier person than you already are.
No, I'm not. I'm fucking comatose and retarded. I mean, I'm high. I say it like 1,000 times. And she laughs at me all night. Bitch, I'm high. I need to get some air. I'm high. Oh. Now.
Oh man, this was great.
It was great. We definitely have to do it again. And maybe next time I'll be prepared. I'll bring some cards and some shit and maybe do some reading. I do pendulum readings. I love my little pendulum.
What if we get people on my live to join us and you talk to them? Can you do that?
When?
Fox, you want to join my live? Jump on my live real quick, Fox. Oh shit. I want you to ask Miss Devine a question. Hold on. Okay. And then we'll not really good.
First of all, I'm supposed to be home eating my hamburgers that my daughter fixed cooking.
You ate yesterday. Yeah.
And she already texted me because they let me go.
What questions am I allowed to ask though? Let's start with that.
Oh shit.
What you mean?
She said, I know I don't charge, but wait, you got a question limit.
Oh, yeah.
What's your cash app? What's the cash app? You better stop the man. If you're still beautiful, you're gonna jump on the line. Well, go ahead. What's your question?
My question would be like the energy, like I said from earlier, like I had a dream, or like I just be having deja vu, like even when I'm in the house just doing regular stuff, I'm like, I've done this before, like with my accident, like somebody hit me off my motorcycle, and then like that same week I came home just doing little stuff at the house. I'm just like, oh my God, like I felt like I did this before.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's
wait. When you say that, were you also injured too?
Yeah, it was like after I got home, maybe like a week or two, like, and I just started like just little stuff. Even like earlier today, I'm looking out the window and a car passed, and then like I just had a flashback of it, and I'm just like, oh wow, like I remember this. And then like what I thought about after what happened, what I did is exactly what I was doing, what was in my head. Like later on, I was just doing everything that I seen when I seen the car outside.
You're gifted too, and your gifts are trying to come through. You're gifted.
Hello, Valerie.
You're gifted too. You definitely have gifts. You know, and then, I kind of feel like, so you said that your bike accident happened, and then afterwards you had the deja vu.
Yep.
Probably because your path changed. Something changed.
Right.
So wherever you were going may not have been the right path for you. So that happened. Thank God you're okay. Oh. And then you had the deja vu. Yeah, I'm getting confirmation. Something you were doing, you weren't supposed to be doing or headed towards. And when that happened, the deja vu confirmed for you the time changed. So now you're headed on a different path. Every time you get in that deja vu, I feel like you're headed off course. You're not taking the path you're supposed to be taking, and it's changing you back to the correct course.
So are you saying in the sense that his unfortunate event had its reason for happening?
Of course, everything happens for a reason.
Like that? No, I'm saying like what I'm trying to say is like his accident was his change, like the change of path.
It was an energy. Something happened. I don't know. I don't know what was going on at the time or what you were doing. But again, things come back to us times 3. And bad things are sometimes a lesson, and again, sometimes it's just your path where you were going was not where you were supposed to be going. Not necessarily physically, like going where you were riding
Right,
to.
but even mentally a little bit. And it's so true you say that, because after the accident, I'm just thinking about so many things that I used to think was important and feel was important, things I used to try to do that I thought were important. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, half these things is not even, anything that in the future I could see myself developing or anything. It was just things you feel like you have to do. And then it wasn't even things that weren't really important. Even like people in my life now, I could count in two hands people that I thought when I had this accident would be the first people to jump out and help me out and do this and do that. And half those people have been people that just maybe hit me up once since the accident, and I haven't heard about since.
That's why that happened, because you
I would just open my eyes to so many things.
Juju said, "Were you doing dirt in the streets?" Juju, the one that's in the comments as well. She says, "Were you doing
in the streets? Nah. I mean, I used to hustle and stuff like that, but that was like high school stuff.
No, it didn't necessarily mean.
No, she said you was in the streets doing dirt.
It could be the people that you were around. Because if you said that certain people were in your life at that time that no longer are, and new people are now in your life, that was probably the lesson that you needed to learn, and that accident caused that to happen, because those people that were there were not supposed to be there,
right.
And you were all class. So now the people that are there are supposed to be there. And again, I'm getting confirmation. Remember, I don't know if you were here before, but when I'm correct and when spirit is telling me I'm correct, I feel it. So I'm feeling tingling, and I'm feeling like my confirmation, and that's why that happened, because those people are not supposed to be there. Right. And that happened, unfortunately, because you needed these new people in your life.
Wow.
And the deja vu was confirmation that
a little bit of just things I've been thinking about, like, wow, that's so big.
We're standing up.
I got my own.
Listen, Jess, whenever you have her again, I'll jump on. I'm always on your live, but whenever she jump on,
I know. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Gotta be regular.
Make sure you follow her.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to.
Threaten her for me, as my fellow follower. Threaten her for me that she has something to do.
I got you.
Mind you, we can do this live from our own home, so I don't have to be sitting on top of it.
Listen, we have our first time again, Valerie. She said, "Do you feel anything or anyone around me?" Valerie, I'm not sure you can do that type of
like connecting with him, because I'm speaking to him and his energy and his, we're talking. That's why I was able to do it. I can, but I'm really not focused on doing that right now, Valerie. I'm not here to do readings tonight. I was just here to have conversation, and if something comes through like it did for you, I of course will tell the person. But
Valerie, if you look at my caption on my live, you can follow her page, and then you can inbox her and possibly set up.
Yeah, or you can check on my on Fridays too, Valerie. I do free reading Fridays from my page. Thank you for coming and being a first-time person here, and blessings to you as well. But yeah, try to
she could call.
Check out my live.
We're not doing that currently right now during this live, Valerie, but like I said, you can contact her directly and set something up with her person. She'll be more than happy to take care of you.
Thank you, guys.
How you feeling though?
Punch, right?
How you feeling? Good?
I've been feeling good. I got the boot on.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. We rocking boots. Let me see your boots. Yeah, we rocking boots, kid.
Hers look fancier than mine, though. I'm a little jelly. Hers look fancier.
We got to wrap it up, though, because my children are looking for their medicine.
All right. Thank you, Jess. Thank you for the reading. I'm going to follow you now.
Appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you.
Ready.
All right, have a good night. Stay safe.
Be safe.
All right. Juju, you gotta come on real quick to see. We gotta say hi to pretty Juju. I don't care how your hair looks. Listen, Juju, you wanna know
what's
fun fact?
I care about some damn hair.
Hold on. I have not brushed my hair. My husband has yet to have me a brush. I don't know if he cares. But I have not brushed my hair in like 5 days. Look, I told huh?
Don't tell nobody.
I know. I told her to run her fingers through my hair, but be careful. That shit.
I got stuff. Yeah. I got stuff.
You don't see if she wants to come out. She said her hair.
First of all, she got me out here in my whole work outfit.
See, she declined it. Come on, you got her work outfit.
Got me out here in my whole work. You got me out here in my whole work outfit. And my work wig. I don't even have my regular wig on.
Why? Is that your carry? Is
This
that your
one
carry?
work
That's your
wig.
carry wig?
I don't got the sexy wig on. This
I got.
one.
She thought I'm not coming on. I got my nappy wig on. This is my nappy Tuesday wig.
Yes.
Hopefully I'll brush it.
This is your.
You see it, right? Feel it. Feel it.
It's crunchy. I don't want to feel.
Oh, look, she's coming on. Damn right.
How the hair is crunchy.
You see it?
Why do you
Well,
want her out the house like this?
Well, I foresee you.
Wait, did you hear what she said?
So my shit
She said, why haven't you passed her a birthday?
he'd be like, did you brush your teeth?
You see me?
Juju, no, I don't see you. I need to see you. I got cataracts. That's why I smoke weed. I got cataracts and I kind of see now, and I only got one contact lens.
I don't have no makeup on, no hair.
You need to do that, girl. Shit.
All right.
It's so funny because I forget.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them. Oh, she said puff puff pass. I'm definitely seeking comfort. Oh, she's definitely seeking comfort about her mom.
Aw.
All right, Valerie, please, yeah, definitely get in contact with her.
Inbox me, Valerie, about that, because if you are looking for, I don't know if you heard me before, but if you're looking for like a specific mediumship reading, I'll do that for free. Do you live in New York?
And if you ever want to go live and smoke some weed, we can do that too. She said puff puff pass. You know? Fox, I'll send it to you. Juju, Fox is gonna follow you. I just feel so great connecting with these people.
So great.
I started following him already.
Oh, she said you better catch up. Fox.
I don't like.
I don't
there
like
you
go.
That look right now, but okay.
There you go. Look at that pretty face. Stop playing.
Got me out. Hey, oh, is that Krystal? Is that how you say that? Krystal. Another Krystal. Shout out to all.
Who's Krystal?
Okay, Valerie, that's
Krystal.
cool.
Hey, Krystal, how you
Just
doing? Oh, she's in
my,
Virginia.
look up on Facebook, Devine.
Krystal, say hello, babe.
Krystal Devine.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even know my damn page. Krystal Devine. And inbox me and we can set something up for your mom. I usually do mediumship readings on the weekends because those take a lot of energy, and if I do more than 2 in a day, I like sleep for the rest of the day. So
Your brain gets tired?
it's just energy. You're talking to dead people. It's not very easy.
I see
It's
dead
a lot
people.
of.
So that movie I See Dead People was real, right? The movie I See Dead People.
I mean, the movie wasn't real, it was a concept. Of course.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She said thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for joining my live. I really appreciate it.
Who, me?
All of y'all.
Oh, okay. Well, I loved it. It was great.
I'm sorry because I'm live on Facebook as well. But back to you, my dear.
You have
How are
Facebook?
You got Facebook?
I do.
Oh shit.
I don't use it often. I really don't.
I'm having
all this stuff.
I'm having detachment issues with Facebook.
I've never been like really on Facebook like that. I have it just for like family and like close friends, and I use it just to communicate with like my family because my parents are on there, my siblings. But
I see we don't do that over here. None of my family is allowed on my Facebook.
yeah,
But yeah, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate it.
no problem. I wasn't. I look crazier than when you saving this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
This is
know.
going on YouTube.
That's
that.
fine. Listen, whatever.
Natural is where it's at, okay? We need natural because too many.
Nah, I got Cleo braids under here. We don't need
No,
that.
we're not talking about you. We're talking about bare face.
Oh, yeah.
Natural face. Like bare face is what's needed nowadays.
I'm
Because,
bare-faced.
yeah, face
No, I do the natural look sometimes.
Huh?
I do the natural look sometimes.
Yeah, it's good.
Have I been doing that?
I don't know how to put makeup. You da for the last 2 fucking hours.
Really?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you.
Juju, you been on
Was
the
I saying
live.
the little words?
Huh?
Hell, it was like spiritual.
Oh shit! I'm doing the da.
Yeah, my
Hello?
they kind of come through.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
say
tell
something.
goes up in there from the Bronx.
I don't know what that is. I've never done that before.
I
From
didn't
the Bronx, goes clean people work.
I didn't hear what you said. You were asking me something?
What you say?
You was asking me something?
Yeah. How many times did you yada today?
How many times did she
Like,
say that?
times.
I
Did
don't
she
know.
say yada?
A
I
couple.
don't remember that.
See a couple. Come on. I got receipts. Don't worry. We don't see the playback. Oh, you'll hear the playback.
That's interesting.
I really want to say that I enjoyed it. It was great. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if you were going to be doing readings, what you were going to be talking about, but I think that Krystal is on point. I already told, listen, when people see this live, they're going to know about me and my other life, but it's fine. I'm not ashamed of it because it's something that you have to embrace. But I know that Krystal is official just because some of the stuff she spit out, she said some stuff, and I know what you're talking about.
Right?
You're trying to spit something. I know what you're talking about.
I feel my soul. Everybody doesn't know this about me either. Like I'm like out for people that I know are into it, and then others is kind of like, all right, like my church family has no idea about this. Like on my regular Facebook page, there's not a single tarot, nothing. You will never. I'll talk about angels, angel numbers. I believe in God. I'll put gospel on it. Like today, because my grandmother is one of my guys, and she was very much into church, and I believe that blessing of money came by way of her. So I just, for some reason, just started playing gospel, and I don't normally listen to gospel music, but there was specific songs I needed, like stuff like that, you know. And I'm just those things I put on out there, but that's why I created so many different pages because everybody doesn't know, and everybody's like, my aunts will be inboxing my mother like, "What's Krystal into? You see what she's been posting lately?" You know, stuff like that, because my whole family is like church.
No,
and
I just don't. I grew up in a Catholic Haitian family, and anybody that's Haitian knows if you dabble in anything that's not church, oh, it's voodoo. That's what it is. And a lot of church people, it's like they don't like to talk about like mediums and being a clairvoyant, but a lot of people have that. It's a natural thing. It's a gift. It's not something that you can really control, because at some point it's going to catch up to you. Like you said, you were saying something about blocking it. I was blocking it for many years. And my mom's best friend, God rest her soul, she was a spiritual advisor. And she was like a medicine woman. And she used to tell me, you have the power, you have the gift. She told me at like 10, 11 years old she told my mom that, oh, your daughter has that. Your daughter has the gift. And my mom was like, she does? And she was like, yeah, she does, because she had the gift. And she told me when I turned a certain age that I'm going to see. Like, I've told people that they were going to get locked up. I told somebody that there was one of my friends, she had a stillbirth. And I told her, and I made the mistake of telling her that there was something wrong with her pregnancy. She didn't speak to me for 2 years because of that. You can't tell certain people things because they're going to think that you're putting stuff on
like
them.
you're wishing bad on them or something like that, right?
Huh?
They're gonna be wishing bad on them, and that's not even the case.
Like my brother, one time, my brother got locked up, and he was like, "It's you're speaking evil into existence." I said, I'm telling you what I saw. I'm not doing it to you. It's
or premonition. You're seeing something happening. You're not wishing it to happen. There's two different things. People don't understand the difference. That's the problem.
Oh, shout out to Australia. Krystal is from Australia. She said in our country is quite different religious-wise. Can you explain, Krystal?
Oh, wow. I just need the kangaroos. I love kangaroos.
I would love to go to Australia.
You around, whatever you're doing, you better, well, I don't know what you're doing. A month and a half later, big ass case. Wow. Rico. Okay?
Oh.
And I had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
Oh, wow.
But I saw it. I didn't know nothing.
Now, see, back then I never said nothing, but they've been coming back. I had a dream and something happened to a family member. I didn't really know what the dream meant, but I knew I needed to tell her, listen, just don't eat hot dogs today. Stay away from this. Because I dreamt there was 2 babies in the bathtub and I couldn't save them both. I took them out. One of them was starting to breathe. The other one, I couldn't get to breathe. And then one of my cousins, who's a twin, was in the dream and walked by and was like, oh, give her mouth to mouth, and kept walking. And I was like, what the fuck? Why don't you help? And then I woke up and immediately texted them because they're twins. And mind you, I did a reading for their mother like 2 days prior. And in her reading, I saw 2 doors. And I was like, I don't know why I'm getting 2 for you, but there's something happening with 2 doors. So all of that together, I feel like there's something getting ready to go on I don't know yet what it is, but I'm like, just be mindful, stay away from certain things during Thanksgiving, stuff like that. So
I feel like my grandmother was like that. My grandmother knew I was pregnant before I knew I was pregnant.
Yeah.
My grandmother said, she was like, I came over one day, and she rest in peace. I came over one day, and she was like, she looked at me, and she was like, she said it in Spanish. She was like, "Está preña," and that means she's like, "You're pregnant." And I'm like, "You're bugging. What you smoking on?" A week later, my tits started hurting. I was like, "Why do I feel like this?" Let me just take a test because my grandmother said I'm pregnant. Boop, pregnant. I'm like, oh shit. Wow. Went home, went back to the house. She was like, "Told you so." And she even, because she's like super old school, she did the carving with the paper. What she did, she took a piece of paper, or like a stack. True story. She took a stack of paper and she cut it out in a certain way. It was so weird. She cut it out in a certain way, and she said, how she opens it is going to determine whether I'm having a boy or a girl. Like with the dress or just with shorts or whatever. Oh, wow. Ask Michelle, my mother.
Oh, now I think I know something.
Yeah, she fucking did a cutout and she opened it. And this is before I found out I was having a boy. Before I did my ultrasound, all that shit. This is before I was even able to have an ultrasound. You don't have to wait up to like 4 months or some shit like that to wait an ultrasound. That's cool. And she fucking did the shit. She said, "Yo, you having a boy?" And I was like, "Well, I hope so, because if I'm having a girl, that bitch going on eBay."
No. But you know what? Some people have that. Some people don't know. Yeah. Like what everything, it's like everything Krystal was saying, it was like I resonated with it because it's like the whole story. It's like when I was little, I used to feel, and it's like a kid that sees stuff. Like I used to be around adults, and you know how adults talk about stuff and they don't want you to know what they're talking about. But I always knew what the hell they were talking about. I always knew what was going on. And it was like, how does she know this stuff? It was like stuff that was going on that I had no business knowing. I always knew. It's like an old soul. You just know stuff. You just know. Yeah. You just feel it and you know it. And it's like the things that I used to think about as a child, it's like it wasn't normal stuff. Like kids like playing, I would play and stuff. But the things, I would daydream a lot. And I would look up at the sky. Or like the leaves. Or look at the leaves and look how the leaves are falling. And then I would get a flash and a vision. Yeah. You understand what I'm talking about?
In school, mostly, like I would daydream and I would see a whole thing happen and be like, oh shit. Like have to snap like I was not there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's good. It's real. She knows what she's talking about because
I know. I'm just a listener. I'm absorbing. I'm
what did I do tonight?
I'm a very open-minded person because I always tell people to have an open mind. You know, one thing I would never do is try to convert anybody into what I don't believe in and stuff like that. But I walk around with a very open mind. So it's like she's just like tapping into this mind of mine, and I'm just like, wow, because you know what it is, because I've known her for so long, and it's like to see now. And to know now that she has this gift, it's like, damn, you've had it all this time, all these years that I've known you, and I didn't know you didn't want to embrace it, and I didn't know because you didn't want to speak about it. Whether she felt, not saying that she knows I'm not going to judge her because I'm not a judgmental person, but she probably didn't know how I was going to receive it.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
So it's like I'd rather stay quiet than bring it up or talk about it. And I wish she did before then, because if she did before then, what I would have been doing? My foot up your ass, and I would have been telling you, tap into that shit.
But it's very taboo. You know what I'm saying? It's very taboo, especially now, back then. I don't know, but in the 80s, not even all throughout, it's taboo. Anything that goes against what the church is saying, like even people that do readings, they're not supposed. If you really have a gift, they tell you in the Bible, it says you're not supposed to take money for it. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're doing wrong, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? They say if you're doing it for the good of the people, you're supposed to just do it for free. And then it turns evil when you take money for it. But I don't believe that. I believe if you have a gift, it's an offering. It's an offering. Huh? Yeah, get your money, girl. Like, listen, you're not doing anything bad. But what I wanted to say about, because I'm really passionate about this subject, and I don't like to talk about it a lot, but being that in 2020, so many things happened. I said, after like my aunt, my godmother, my mentor, after she passed away, everything she said that was gonna happen started happening. Like all the stuff started crashing down, and I was getting like downloads, multiple downloads at a time. I thought I was gonna go crazy. I was like, I can't take this. This is too much. I was feeling everybody's emotions, everybody that came around me, their toxicity, anything that was wrong with somebody else, I was taking it, and it was affecting me. Huh?
You were like a sponge.
Yeah, but that's how like an empath is. Like, you really do be feeling people's emotions. It's like, and then if you have a bad spirit, a person with a bad soul around you, their toxicity is going to come into you. It's going to seep into you, and you have to separate yourself from certain people. And
the first thing I learned to do with this work in that first week was to ground, release, and protect yourself.
Right.
Every day, what I do before my feet hit the floor, ground, release, protect myself. I say a couple of affirmations, and I'm out the door. I'll have a couple of crystals with me, but and then if I feel like my energy is going off throughout the day, I'll reground again. You know, because you pick up on everybody's energy, and like I could be in a dope ass mood, good mood, and somebody will come in and be upset or pissed off, and I immediately be like right back at them. I'm like, what? This is not my energy. This is their energy. I have to like get rid of that.
Fox said, yeah, because like a lot of people have it and don't talk about it, or is just scared to try.
Yeah, because people don't want to talk about it because people are either scared to talk about it, or they look at you like, I'll be
the first to say, or whatever number to say, if you have a gift and you feel like you have a gift, tap into that bitch, because you never know who. Look, we came on, you know, I told her she wanted to interview. I said, come on today. We didn't know who we were going to be joining this live. We didn't know who we were going to tap into. You know, we connected with two people who experienced the same thing that she has. So as I tell people all the time, there's over 8 billion people in this world. So just imagine how many other people are like you guys. You understand what I'm saying? That have that like, shit, I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to talk about it. Yo, tap into that shit. You know what I mean? Because if 10 people don't like you, 100 people are going to love you. Simple.
You know what? I want to ask Krystal a quick question. Have you found when you started going into your gift and you started like really tapping in and being able to channel more specifically and stronger, and you really were starting to feel like everything, did you realize that there's a lot of people like what happened to King, that certain people that was around you started like acting up and attacking you all at once?
Attacking me?
Not attacking you physically, but like a lot of people that you probably would talk to or considered people that were good people around you started showing different signs that they weren't good people to be around.
Well, not necessarily. For me, a couple of people that I used to be really close to or spoke to on an everyday basis, I don't speak to anymore. Right. But I realized that's because I'm just on a different level now, and because I'm elevated and I've elevated myself and I'm vibrating higher, they're just no longer there with me, you know. And as I began to grow my gifts, I noticed that my kids, you know, me being around them, they started vibrating higher. My daughter started doing like more spiritual work. My other daughter is not so much into it, but she is very, very witch. Anything that she puts her mind to and says that it's going to happen, it happens for her. She literally saw herself working in a whole other classroom within her building and was like, I'm going to be in this room by this day. They fired the girl the next week, and she's working in that classroom with the Rays. Like, literally, she manifests everything. She'll be like, damn, I left something in my pocketbook in the backseat of the car. This light needs to change so I can get it. The light will change, and then she gets it. I just been looking at her like, she's like, Ma, I can have it again, Ma, I can have it again. But she don't do, like, as much work as me and her sister does. It's just, like, natural for her. She just be doing it. She's like, y'all don't want me to be a witch. I'll be a bad witch.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Krystal. And people don't understand when I say I'm a manifester. It's like when things don't happen.
You said it too in your comments. I say you say it a lot in your captions too.
I do. I am a manifester because anything that I've like, even when I went to nursing school, I wasn't going to go to nurse. My grandmother was a nurse, but I was like into entertainment. You see, you know, that I'm into entertainment and stuff like that. I was I was kind of like, okay, you know, my mom was like, okay, go to nursing school. I said, all right. When I finally decided to go to nursing school, I said, okay, I'm gonna bust this out and I'm gonna excel. I made honor roll, I made dean's list, I did all of that. Everything that I say that I want to do, if I say I'm gonna do it, I do it and it happens. If I say in 2 years I'm gonna have a house, in 2 years I'm gonna have a house. If I say I'm gonna be living, like last year I was in New York. I lived in New York for a whole year. Last year I came back to Florida this year, but last year I was in Florida, and then like a couple of months before I moved to New York, I was like, I'm moving to New York. You understand? I'm gonna work at this hospital. I worked at NYU. I said I'm gonna work at this hospital. Everything I say I'm gonna do, I say I'm gonna do it, and it happens. That's just how my life has worked. That's how my life has always worked. And people don't understand, like, there's power in your tongue, but like to be a real manifester is to really, it's intention. It's not about just saying what you want. It's really believing that's what's gonna happen. That's how you manifest. You believe it. You don't just say it. You intend for it to happen, and you say that's what's gonna happen, and it really happens, because that's what the intention behind manifesting. All about.
I said, and there's good behind your intention, and that's why it happens so much easier too.
Right.
I feel like Beyonce's like that, but he don't believe in. Not that he don't believe in it, like he don't really like any of this kind of stuff, but he's cool with me doing it. And as I've been like elevating more and doing a lot more around the house, he just looks at me like, okay, you know. But he's always, and every time I've ever wanted something, and we'll talk about it, he'll go like, you're gonna get that job. He's like, you got this. You're gonna get that raise. Every time he said and wished something for me, I have gotten it. Every single time he said it. Every time.
So that's it. He's your soulmate.
He has, yeah. I think he is.
He ever called you and say, "All right, baby,
I need him to tell me I'm gonna get $1 million though.
He said, baby, I know where you at all the time. I'm ghost with you, bitch, right?
Y'all with the ghost again. The ghost stuff is funny though, but when I was growing up, my mom used to say, if somebody calls your name, don't answer that. She said, they say if somebody calls your name, don't answer them, because it could be something bad.
They called you to drink it.
I don't know. That has to do with Haitian stuff, though. Haitians think everything.
You didn't do enough this evening.
That's
what happened.
This is the way we grew up. With people telling us stuff like this. Wouldn't I be scared too? Like what?
But you know it was crazy that I'm glad you was here talking about all this tonight. Because remember when I told you how I met my sister? Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, I always told myself, I know I have another sister or sibling, something out there. It's crazy that my grandfather's second wife passed away when I was in high school, like 11th, 12th grade. Mm-hmm. And that's when I met my sister when she was like 15, 16. I said this whole time I felt that shit, that I had a sister out here. She was living in Brooklyn all my life.
Wow.
Well, all her life, because I'm the oldest out of all my siblings. But
wow. That's
how I met her. And what's crazy about that is my grandfather got deported. So he couldn't come back. And he was able to come back for that funeral. And all of that happened at that time when they announced that I had a sister. He went back to Jamaica, and then he got killed after he saw my pops in jail. Oh, wow. And my pops didn't see him in a long time. So all of this stuff happened, and then like played out.
This has been great.
It has been.
It's been a great 2 hours.
I really enjoyed tonight.
You got me. You got me live looking crazy. I'm all right. I'm okay.
I always miss you. You know, we always have a good time together.
I think Krystal should be a regular. I would love for her. I'm not saying you should do readings every time, but just the banter, the back and forth is funny. I think it would be good. Make some time. Just like,
Yeah, so fuck her job. Fuck her boss.
Right. I mean, like, this is the time I got here tonight would be the time that I would get here.
What time you got here? 6?
It was like 5:45. Yeah.
No, you would have got here sooner.
No, it was 5:47, right?
No, you would have got here.
Oh, I got lost here. I was texting and driving.
Texting and driving, and she made a couple of detours.
And I can't see it. I didn't have my glasses.
And you can't see, so we subtract 30 minutes, so that means you get here.
And I left work 30 minutes late.
So that means you get here by 6. So I'll give you a grace period of 15 minutes.
Look at this. Now just
being that I'm always on your ass with time. How the hour's already done? Yo, Instagram, let me text in.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get off. When I come back to New York, I'm coming down to your studio, guys.
I will find you. I'll send my ghost to go get you, yo. Don't play with me.
The ghosts can't listen. The ghosts, listen, they can't get me. I'm protected.
Judy, thank you so much. The live is about to end. Thank you, everybody.